Bear with me 2 seconds, ladies and gents. I'm live. I'm going to be here live. We're going to have a great show. Really are. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. It's Friday at the 8th. I'm just looking in. I want to log into my Castbox FM. I want to get everybody on board. It's important today that we get everyone involved. I'm working hard day in, day out. I need some acknowledgement, some support, some love, all the rest of the. Oh no. Bear with me. Do you know what? I hate ads. Adverts. Bear with me. Hello. Hi there. Hi there. Yep.
Neurology has said that she feels it's post-concussion syndrome.
Yeah.
So a couple of things. One, are you and your dad able to come in for an assessment at some point?
Yeah, I could speak to him shortly. I've got an interview this evening, but I will come for an assessment. I'll ring my dad.
It's not today, it won't be till
Yeah. Okay, I'll speak to him. And what's it called? What is it called? So, right, let me get a pen. Hang on. I'll get a pen. So I've got a memory. My memory is pretty good, but not always. Yes, yeah, I reckon so. Yeah, what's the name of this thing, please? Yeah. Oh, okay. I was going to write the name of the actual. Yeah. What's the name of the thing? Post? What is it? Concussion? You say? Oh, okay. Yeah. I know something syndrome, but I don't know what. No, but it's fine.
Because I need to do our assessment before I can refer you back to neuro rehab.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, I'm pretty. You know, I do a lot of reading, and I'm pretty clever. I know I'm lacking something. You know, like just little things I forget. You know. Yeah. All right, and thank you. I'll get you. What I'll do is I'll speak to my dad a little while, and I'll get back to you. All right. Oh yeah, I didn't write it down, did I? So what? As you called, I'm just in the middle of my radio on Castbox, but yeah. 01206 482. Yeah. 457. Thank you ever so much. Really appreciate it. Okay. What's your name again? I can't remember. Angie, oh yeah, of course. Angie, I'll write it down as well. No problem. I'll do my radio. I'll give my dad a call, and then we'll go from there. If that's okay. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye. Oh my goodness. Sorry about it, ladies and gents. Ever so sorry. So I just had Headway find me up. Ever so sorry about that. Really am. I really apologise to everyone. Yeah, I had, as everyone knows, I had a really, really bad kicking many years ago. Obviously, I was very, very courageous doing professional boxing, but I am here today. I'm overwhelmed. I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to give people advice and influence young offenders. Why do I want to influence young offenders? Because I almost had my life taken away. When I say I had my life taken away, I've pushed people. Now I push a lot of people away out of my circle. I don't trust many people. But anyway, we're not going to talk about it. I'm not talking about my issues. My issue is minor because I'm here to influence the society that have life of purgatory. They want to make that change. They want to make sacrifice. They want to sacrifice their health to, you know, you in a job. You're part of a market society. We all are. even me being here, I'm part of a market society giving you direction to make that change the best for your well-being, such as myself. We get to age, I've been through life, some raw terrain life, safe to say. I don't want to blow my own trumpet. I don't want to get, above my station. I haven't been to Afghanistan, but you can safely say with my head injury, which wasn't through boxing, by the way. My head injury was, it's called post-concussion syndrome, which happened when I was 18. I decided to take up boxing. I was very, very fortunate that I was one of the taller fighters in my category. I didn't get hit in the head very often. I was always fighting short blokes. Well, yeah, pretty much. Anyway, we take risks in life. We don't need to take risks. Your compassion and your morals of life is providing for your family, providing for yourself. You need food, you need clothes to survive in the whole democracy of the world. You need money. What's money? You got good money. You got principles of money, the morals of money. The morals of money. Too much money can change and influence people's attitude. Social class, as such, puts you in a social class bracket. You become rich, become greedy and selfish. Changes a lot of people's attitude. As Michael Sandel from Harvard University, he suggested in one of his tutorials, audio books, which I'm actually studying my academic year at the moment. He also said that the rich families that put their children in university or college, how can they get their children to read a book, to study? Do they give them, i.e. give them a cash incentive to influence that child to read and finish a book? It's hard to read and finish a book, isn't it? It takes a lot of time out of the day. It takes a lot of brain power. It takes a lot of perseverance, observations to get through a book. It's, like for me, my activism lifestyle is get up, go for a run, do some exercise. My body is deteriorated. I've had to change the protocol from doing my exercise training as I was through boxing, football, all the activities I've done over the year. Rounders, basketball, every single sport you can think of. I should have stuck with my integrity. Absolutely. As I'm trying to influence you guys, that's why I'm telling you part of my life story. I know it comes across narcissistic, and some of you probably think, he's talking about himself. But the way I led my life can possibly change the direction of your life. I think actually he's talking sense, although he's a mature student now going through university, talking about some of my studies that's hopefully also going to, make you think and have an impact to your life. People that have a struggle with life, as I say, in market society, we put our bodies at risk. You're doing a manual job on a building site. You're part of market society, although you're doing a good deed. You're making homes for homelessness. You're making homes for the generations ahead of us, like our children, our grandchildren. But in the long run, when you retire, hang on a sec. Hi, Mum. Can I call you back in about 15 minutes, Mum? I'm just on my radio. Yeah. I'll ring you straight back. Oh, Mum, see you in a minute. Bye bye. Yes, ever so sorry about that. Ever so sorry about that. We was talking about morals of money, changing your lifestyle, make that change. I always come through my Anglican or Fortarian ways. I say Catholic because I'm not Catholic. I'm Christianity, but I support ethos. Fidusha Kutumbakam is a Hindu saying, and it means the world become a better place. The world is one big family. I beg your pardon. The world is one big family. Doesn't matter what nationality, doesn't matter what culture you come from. If you bring good success to my table, you can eat food and dine with me at my table. Absolutely. I've got quite a lot of underlying conditions. That's why I keep myself in my own little circle. I go to the church. I go to my parents. Yeah, I've been through a lot in life. You know, I've got postnatal concussion syndrome. Yeah, it is what it is. Do you know what? I've been through life, been courageous. I've done a lot in life, and I just want to give you a guidance. You know, cowards carry weapons. I influence car incidents. I influence a lot of people in today's modern society. I do go off on a bit of tangent. I can't keep on one subject too long. I don't know if it's where my head's been absolutely scrambled over the years, but you know, I do try and keep on the one topic of money. Money, money, money. Good and bad debt of money. Let's talk about good and bad debt of money. Talk about bad debt of money. Using your credit card to go to a local store to buy latest fashion clothes, or to go on a trip or holiday, to go to a theatre, to go to the cinema, or even to lend your friend £100. What is good debt? Getting a mortgage, possibly getting your first family car on your credit card. If it means, you know, if you've got disabled children and you need to get them from A to B, to give that life chance of your child surviving, fair enough. But if you're just getting a car for the sake of just for getting from A to B, you've got no sick family, you know, you've got no sick people in your family, it's pointless. I try and I want to minimalise pollution in town centres as well. Try and influence it. You know, with all you listeners, your children, everyone's youth for today going to work in a town centre, in city centres. Look at Guangzhou in China. Look at the pollution there. You go in with a white shirt, it comes out grey because of the dirt. People driving around city centres, making non-essential shopping trips. You got public transport for a reason. Can you get in West End in your car? It's, you know, the traffic is almost chock-a-block with taxis, bus routes. It's the mainstream shopping centre of the whole of England, where, you know, in the West End shopping precincts. You've got the Bullring in Birmingham, a massive attraction. From all over England, people travelling all over the world to go to these massive attraction sites, you know. I know a lot of people to get credit cards using their bad debt, but they're there for the attraction of tourists, the attraction from people going, you know, on trips from all over England. Massive tourist, you know, attraction. These shopping centres got all the best shops that you can think of, all the best designer wear. It's what people loathe. People loathe, not love, they loathe it. You don't need it, it's not essential, but you loathe it to look like a different social class. Don't get me wrong, I wear stuff that I can't afford. I've got a Marni watch on, I've got a Lacoste t-shirt on and whatnot, Levi jeans. Levi jeans are middle of the range of, you know, what we call social class. I want to look presentable, even if I get into public influencing. I want to look presentable for the naked eye, the youth of today, the generations have grown up. I don't want to look plain and simple because I come from the era of 1989, the postmodernism era of year of, had spliffy jeans, all that kind of horrific makes. I don't think I ever owned a pair, just so you know. I think my first designer pair of jeans was probably Ibisu. But this is where we talk about social class, where you start to think you're better than people. My first ever activism sports career, I wore a pair of Dunlop foot boots, and I was probably one of the best football players on the pitch. I was probably one of the best football players on the pitch. In a market society, putting your life on the line. Any sport you do or anything you do for life, putting your life at risk. You're part of a market society. People having fun people supporting these big, say if you're a professional football player playing for England, you're putting your life on the risk for the expense of humanities to watch. It's like them watching a circus, isn't it? Like you being part of the film Gladiator. All these supporters watching you at your expense, paying X amount for a ticket, X amount for travel to get there. You're putting your life on the line. Even when I've done my professional boxing career, I don't think I've got enough support for myself, my own well-being, my own, my own benefit. I put my own head on the line. I sacrificed, jeopardised my life for the sake of humanity to have a laugh. I was a clown in a circus while they all had a laugh. Did I come out of any money? Did I come out any better? No. I come out a bit brighter. Now I've got a lot of underlying conditions. Is it going to be supported upon? We can only wait and see. But ladies and gents, I am overwhelmed to be here. That's all I want to say. And I just want to give influence to young adults. You don't have to jeopardise your life. Make sure you get your academics throughout life. Don't do as I do and don't do as I say. You have your life, your wish, your dream. Go and get it. That's all I say. I'm not going to guide you to a good life, because what is a good life? What is a happy life? What is a happy ending? We're all going to get there one way, which way, anyway, the same way in a box. If it's early, if it's late in life, it's your life. That's what I'm saying. I don't want you to live with regret because you didn't chase your dreams, whatever that was. I look at people, massive influence. My father, don't drink. Knowledge back from 1996, which I was good at media studies. Everything's coming back from my youth, thinking, why didn't I stick with my studies? I don't want you guys to make the same mistake and do this activist life. Get involved in a market society. Let market society draw your attention too much over your academics. It's important that you wake up and academics, go to sleep, academics. I read, sometimes I read in the morning, sometimes I read at night. I'm having a bit of a break because I don't want to put too much information in my brain before I move on to my next assignment. I've drafted up my first assignment for the start of the academic year. It's not due in until November. So I don't want to move on too quick, too fast, and take on a load of information and then I forget. It's like I've been studying Ulrich Beck and Michael Sandel investigating the social world through a public lens. I'm not going to go any further than that until the next assignment is almost ready to begin. Because you take too much information, you can forget. The difference between the political scientists, sociological scientists, Ulrich Beck and Michael Sandel. Michael Sandel is a bit more specific with the inequalities, through society, with money, more specific with personnel, how people's attitude change when they get rich, become rich. He's talking more of the dominion around his circle, wherever he is. Is in the United States, but I don't know where he done that actual. He done a conference thing. I can't remember if that was over in America or in UK. I can't remember that. But one thing I do know is him looking through a public lens is everything I've been talking about, the principles of money. What money can and can't buy. Money can't buy class, I don't think. I don't think money can buy class. That's from my perspective. I don't know what Michael Sanders was. Money cannot buy class. I was in a poor, deprived society for a long time. I was supporting it as well. I was working in a homeless shelter. I was working in a food bank. Money can buy you out of a crisis, absolutely. Whereas the poor in society will not be able to get out life threat. You got terrorists coming. All you want to do throughout life, no matter what your age is, you want to be able to get your family into safety. Say we've got a load of terrorists moving into our county, you want to be able to afford to get your family out of that circle. You want to be able to make sure your family is safe. You want to be the provider for your family. So you want to be the best paid job you could possibly get in. Hoping I'm getting the message out there for you guys to fully understand what I'm trying to influence with good and bad money. Bad money, obviously, yeah, Bad money for me is when you get money and you're thinking you're better class than everyone else. You turn your nose up to society. I mean, my circle, I haven't got money. My circle's only my family and church. My family and church and my radio. Talking to people on radio, trying to influence others to better their well-being, better their knowledge with good and bad money. What is good, what is good, what's good debt and what's bad debt. Acknowledging the key principles of good and bad debt. It's important, going out joy riding, wasting petrol, wasting fuel, like non-essential trips in the town. You get, youth for today driving circles around the town centre just for the sake of, oh, we can waste 30 quid. We've got extra money this week. We're living at mum and dad's, living rent free. We can waste our money. We can go out on the weekend, buy alcohols and narcotics, go to a private rave. If we acknowledge all this from a young age and you stick methodical throughout the rest of your life, look what you could achieve. Look what you could achieve. You could achieve anything. Do you know the song Nazza Jones? I know I can. If I work hard, I'll be where I want to be. That's a good memo to work off. It really is. If you've got dreams, you've got aspiration, you've got guidance, you're a young student or you're a young parent, influence your child to go in the direction of their academics. And if you're a young adult, because I was a young adult, a young father, 21. It's took me boxing years, took me to get into the realms that I am now, home study. I've always wanted to do home studies. Going to university would have took me, I think home university would have led me in, to the person I don't want to be. Working from home, I can keep my personality, I can keep myself maintained, and I can keep myself out of the way of jeopardy, get myself influenced into youngsters, young adults, influencing me into pubs, clubs, and all that sort of thing. I can say no, absolutely, which I do, but you don't want it in your ear every day. There's a party here, come to this party, come to this festival. It's like it's going to do your head in. Better to do open university. You still get inside information, such as I giving out this information, phenomenal information that I'm giving you out today. Anyway, on May the 5th, 2021, we got the election. Obviously, with my influencing of young adults, we're offending, influencing of pollution, fly tipping. There's a lot of things that I want to make change. There's a lot of things that I'd like to make change. Will I get the backing? Will I get support? Who knows? But I'm definitely going to give it a good shout, a good crack. I do want to influence in people making non-essential trips to the town centre. It's very, very important that we get that addressed. Non-essential trips to the town centre. Absolutely ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. I'm going to just tell you what's going on in Essex, and I've got to move on because I've got a phone call, an important phone call with my parents. Collector man who spat at Essex police officer at height of pandemic is found dead. He had hepatitis C when he committed the crime. Oh my goodness, I bet that officer felt great. A man who spat at Essex police officer during the height of COVID-19 has died. This week, an inquest did open Essex Criminals Court into the death of Christopher John Mall, 54, from Clacton-on-Sea. Mr. Mall, of no fixed address, died August the 15th, 2 months after being sentenced for spitting at a police officer in July 2020. I mean, this is what I always say to people, you become part of the market society. Whatever you do, boxing, any sport, ice skating, you fall in ice skating, fall into someone's blood. You need to make sure you have these tests. Being a professional, you need to have all these tests, Hep B, Hep C. The 54-year-old who had Hep C carried out the attack during the midst of COVID-19 pandemic. He appeared at Colston Magistrates Court on June the 21st and admitted a charge of assaulting a police officer. Mr. Mal was given 12 months suspended sentence of 16 weeks imprisonment. Additionally, he had to pay £100 compensation to an officer and £128 victim surcharge. An inquest on Tuesday, October the 5th. Mr. Mal's death, the court heard that a 54-year-old died at a property in Heathrow, Clacton-on-Sea. He was found unresponsive at a flat by a friend on August the 15th. And despite police and paramedics attending the scene, Mr. Mal was confirmed dead. A medical course death was given previously as multiple drug toxicities. After opening the inquest, senior coroner Mr. Lincoln Brooks adjourned the case to June the 14th, 2022. I'm not going to keep on about everything because I haven't got time. I've got some really, really important phone calls. This is probably going to be the last segment. You know, I do always say, look, after you can't trust your partner. You cannot trust your partner. Doesn't matter who you are, you cannot trust your partner. If your partner celebrates her birthday, celebrates, with a friend, has a cheeky night out, or your boyfriend has a cheeky night out every once in a while, you can't say that they can handle their drink. They might have a night out where they go on one of the mates' stag nights or honey, and the girl goes on a thingy, not honeymoon. The woman goes on a woman's stag night. You cannot say that they can maintain their drink on that night. You can't say they can maintain their health. So you need to get checked. Doesn't matter how good your love is, how much you fall in love with each other. Believe me, you need to make sure you get checked. Don't trust nobody. Don't trust no soul. Get checked, even if it's once a year. Once, if you're in a happy marriage, you don't expect affairs to happen because when you're married, you are happily in love. But these mistakes happen a lot. You can't trust no one. The only person you can trust is your health, and your health is all that matters in life. So make sure you go and get Hep B, Hep C. I'm not saying that your partner is looking for going to sleep with a heroin addict, but how do you know that your partner, before you got together, hasn't slept with someone that was heroin addict? Look at Russell. Look at Russell Brand. Look how phenomenal the guy is. You never imagine how intelligent that bloke is. You'd never in a million years imagined that was his lifestyle, only because he speaks about it. But that could happen to any of us, Happen to any given one of us. Don't take safety measures. Be careful of who you put your life in jeopardy with. Britain's most notorious paedophile, 94, who dumped victims' body in Essex field, could be released from prison. He's been in prison for his crimes since 1999. Sidney Cook was one of a group of paedophiles in prison from a murder of Jason Swift, whose body was found in a field at Ongar, Essex. Britain's most notorious paedophile was trying for the 10th time to get released from prison at age 94. Sidney Cook is serving life for a string of sex attacks on two young brothers. He ordered to serve at least 5 years in 1999 and has been in Wakefield prison ever since. That Cook will face parole panel after being rejected 9 previous times. He expected to claim that he is no longer a danger to the public due to his age and ill health. The panel's decision will be revealed later this month. Speaking to the publication, a source said, just because he is 94 does not mean he is no longer a danger to the public. You can still pose a risk regardless of age. The last time Cook was released in 1998, it caused public outcry. He had to wear an electronic tag and was held at a police station for his own protection. The former fairground worker had been jailed for 16 years in 1989 for killing Jason Swift, 14, was found in a field in Ongar in Essex. He was only briefly before he was jailed again in 1999. Cook is a one-off so-called Dirty Dozen gang who have been linked to a series of unsolved crimes. Police believe they have been involved in 17 other abductions and murders. Retired detective David Bright said in 2017 he feared children were hidden in graves around the country due to actions of Cook and others. There you go, ladies and gents. It's a horrific headlines always. I just want to say goodbye to everyone on YouTube. I really appreciate you coming through, listening.